How you doing? I'm Dan McGee. Welcome to my garage. Today's guests are Rick Hroch and Sam Akhtar, who is up and coming musician in the Chicago area, and him and his band Lithograph are going to be playing at Magoo's Bar and Grill. It's about 65th and Menard in Bedford Park. So they're playing on the 5th, and hopefully you'll be able to go out to see them. So without further ado, let's join the conversation.
Did you get that sensor beep going yet?
What's that?
You got a sensor beep yet? Like a 3-second delay?
No, I don't have. I'm not that sophisticated.
Yeah, you'll get there someday.
But I can actually do that because before I put it out, I may end up running it through my movie program.
Oh,
but it doesn't matter anyways.
Yeah. Now that's not a real fish tank, is it?
No, that's my screensaver. It's pretty cool though, right?
Yeah, it is, man.
I actually had a fish tank that was almost that big. And then when I got this, I got rid of the fish tank because this is maintenance free.
And cheaper.
A lot cheaper.
I had piranhas back in the day.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. I got him when he was about that big, and he got to about 14 inches.
Wow, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Sam, did you freeze up?
No, I'm just listening to you guys. Sorry.
Oh, you're just like really still.
Would you guys get mad if I smoked weed in front of you?
I don't care what you do.
Okay, because I'm not. You guys are kind of like, I'm not sure if you guys are like cool old guys, like uptight old guys. Sorry.
No, actually, I was glad that you came on because I'd like to get a mix because I remember talking to you, and you actually like a lot of the music that we grew up with, and it's.
No, I'm actually older than you guys. It's just spiritually.
Yeah.
It's just physically. I'm not. That's all.
Now I forget how old are you? And you're in your like mid-20s, probably.
I'm 24.
Yeah, so almost mid-20s.
Yeah,
but yeah, when if you watch our interview, he has a really neat history of where you were in Canada for a while too, right? If I remember right.
Yeah, I was born in Chicago, lived there till we were 12, and then we lived in Toronto for 10 years.
Yeah, so he's been
in
all
the
around.
2010s, we lived in Toronto from 2009 to 2019. We basically, I joke with people if they know music. I pulled a John Frusciante. I left in 2009. I came back in 2019. So, like he left the band and he left the Red Hot Chili Peppers in 2009. He came back in 2019. We just copied
each
other.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's just a joke. It's a silly joke. But what was I gonna say? You know which band I've been listening to a lot, who I feel like does. Well, have you by any chance there's this thing that got released on Disney Plus called The Beatles Get Back. Have you heard of that?
Oh, I have actually. I haven't gotten around to listening to it or watching it yet, but I definitely am because I like the Beatles.
Peter Jackson, from the dude who did the Lord of the Rings, he got like all his hours of footage of Let It Be, and he made a 3-part series. Today part 2 came out, and tomorrow the 3rd part's coming on. It's pretty amazing. So
well, I know the video quality is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
It looks like it's been just shot like recently.
Yeah, he digitized it, and it looks like all like it was shot like yesterday. It looks like a reality show. I learned a lot from that. If you're like a Beatles like fanatic like I am, it was like some revelations in there. I think the interesting thing for me was that like Paul McCartney was really like running it.
Oh, really? He was
Well, by that point, John Lennon, like people think of him as like the hard guy, but I think what it seems like John Lennon is like he has like a front, like he seems like he's hard, but he's actually a pretty mellow guy. But Paul McCartney acts like he's really nice and stuff, but behind the scenes, he's a rough guy. Really.
I can't wait to see it.
Hey, Sam.
Yeah.
Yoko Ono ran the show, man.
She doesn't say much in the audio. I don't think it's.
She's giving her 2 cents in the background. I guarantee it.
Well, not at the beginning. She came later.
Does she have a Christmas album out?
I hope
Oh,
not.
I don't even know.
There you go.
No, I mean, I don't mind. I don't like hate Yoko, or like, you know, I
she's
only
kinda,
like she's
she's
got it's John's
terrible, man.
choice. What can you do?
No, I mean a lot of good things came actually after they broke up. So it
Oh,
is what
yeah.
it
No, I
is.
don't know. Yeah, that was another thing I was gonna say. Having watched the film, they had to break up because you can. It's like having three solo artists in one band. Like you can't contain that forever.
Right,
Like it's
especially
like
if they're really strong. Well, you
yeah,
don't.
if
You
they're
the only band that I see, or one of the only bands where you had a lot of solo artists was the Eagles.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you can but look how many fights they had and look how rough it was. They
Oh
had like
yeah,
it's
well
not,
look, I
you can
mean
do it, but it's rough.
they broke up for a long time.
They did, but it's hard to like be in a band where there's more than one songwriter.
Well,
'Cause there's
that's a
always
big
gonna
thing.
there's always gonna be that there. If you have three like good songwriters, there's just gonna be a lot of frustration. Because how many songs can you get on if you
Hey,
have a lot?
who's the guy? I forget his name. The head guy from the Foo Fighters.
Dave Grohl.
Yeah,
Grohl,
Dave
yeah.
Grohl. I've seen some interviews with him because he's from Nirvana,
Yeah.
and he was saying that he's always been a songwriter, but because of I can't think of his name.
Kurt Cobain.
Yeah, because Kurt Cobain
Uh,
was such a strong writer that he never pitched any of his songs because Nirvana was basically his songs.
Well, and now that he has the Foo Fighters, nobody writes for Foo Fighters. It's just him. It's his own thing. Like he does all of it. So like he
Right,
does
and
it the same
it's
way.
all good, but it's completely different than Nirvana.
It's different. Yeah, I think my opinion is that I think it's kind of better for a band just to like have one or two leaders.
well, yeah. You know what's cool about Dave Grohl though? He'll drum for other bands.
Yeah, like Queens of the Stone
He's
Age.
on Queens of the Stone Age. Yeah. I was just
He's
gonna
a
say
good
that.
drummer.
Yeah,
And
he's an
Them
excellent
Crooked
drummer, man.
Vultures, Them Crooked Vultures. That's a good record.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of The Move, Dan? Or Rick? Have you ever heard of The Move?
No.
Well, they formed out of a ELO. And they were like ELO started before ELO. There was a group called like The Move. It's like how like the Led Zeppelin came from like the Yardbirds.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like it was led by a guy named Roy Wood, and then Roy Wood started ELO with Jeff Lynne, and then Jeff Lynne took over.
I did not
And
know that.
yeah, I didn't know that either till a little recently. And The Move, they only got popular in England. They never got popular in America, but they're really great. I wish like they were really really good.
Oh, there's a lot of good bands out there now too.
There's a
You
lot,
know,
yeah. There's a
I'm
lot
always
of them.
seeing new bands and going. Like when I lived down in Florida, there were a shitload of bands. I got a free pass to Ruth Eckerd Hall every time a good group came in. So, if you ever hear of the Black Moods,
Never heard of them.
they're pretty good. They're out of Arizona.
They're a new band.
They've been around for a couple years. You know,
Cool.
they just didn't get the break yet. You know what I mean?
So you always look. So you like listening to like new bands do it? That's cool.
Oh, Dirty Honey's
Discover stuff.
the shit right now, man. You ever hear of them?
There's a lot of stuff I haven't heard of. Have you ever heard of Wolf Alice?
Oh yeah.
You have?
Listen to Dirty Honey, man. They're pretty good.
I'll listen to them.
They got
I
like
haven't listened.
I don't know. They're kind of a mix between you remember Fastway back in the day?
No.
No. Say what you
No.
will.
Yeah, no,
No,
I
that-
don't. That doesn't sound familiar.
No.
What
No.
song would it be? Did any of it get airplay?
Oh, on Fastway, yeah. Say what you will.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah.
Would you want to come check out the show on December 5th?
What's that?
Would you want to come check out the show on December 5th?
Oh, where are you playing at?
A place called Magoo's Bar and Grill in Bedford. I could send you the address in Bedford Park.
Oh, wow. It's right in Bedford Park.
My old stomping grounds.
Yeah, it's in Bedford Park, and we're gonna be playing on the 5th on Sunday in the evening.
I'm trying to think. I don't even know what bar. What?
Magoo's Bar and Grill. It's a new place. It's a new place. Some guy started
What
hosting.
what are the streets?
About
75th? What?
Menard,
71st?
I think Menard. I think
And what?
I can't remember what the what. I guess I could. I have to like. I have to like check the address again.
Probably around in the business district there.
it was probably 65th or 63rd. That's the only place I could think they would put something like that.
Is that Bedford Park still?
Bedford Park. Yeah.
65th and Menard? I thought that was Chicago.
Is that?
Where's
well,
Menard? I don't even know.
That's like Burbank, you know, going that way.
But I mean, like compared to
Runs north and
Central. Compared to Central.
probably 3 blocks before maybe, or 4, or it might be after. It's been a while.
Because Bedford Park on south side of 65th runs all the way to like almost Cicero, or I think it actually runs to Cicero.
That's midway there though.
No, that's the other side of 65th Street.
Okay. All right.
All that industry on 65th Street, that's all Bedford. That runs along the tracks there.
All right. Well, Sam, you got like a flyer or something?
Well, I have to like ask someone to make one because it all kind of came together pretty last minute.
Because
Yeah,
we can share it for you and shit, on some of our websites.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I have to. I'm
Yeah.
gonna probably have a flyer made by tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah,
It all
make
happened-
something up and send it
Yeah,
to me.
the guy had the date available pretty quickly, and we had another date that was planned for a little later. But the dude who was running that space had some issues with the landlord. Then we ended up getting like having to come with this date kind of quickly, so it's a bit quick.
The life of a band.
Well, it's not really. I mean, we only just the guys who I just found. We only just formed like less than a month ago. We only met a few weeks ago. We had one rehearsal, and we just said, "All right, let's just book a show," because the songs already have the like drums and bass on them. Like they're already recorded, and I already know how they go. So I just said to them, they just said the same thing. It's like, let's just learn these songs, and we'll just like we'll just do it. So we're just gonna like launch head first. So we're not
Well,
really gonna be a
that'll be nice.
yeah, it's not gonna really be when we first play the first show, then we'll be a band, and I don't expect it to be big right off the gate, but it's gonna be the first like thing. It'll be like something to start from.
You're
And,
gonna play a lot of. I'm sorry. You're gonna play a lot of your originals.
There's gonna be 10 songs. 6 of them are recorded on an EP already. 2 of them are new, and then 2 of them are gonna be covers. One's gonna be Ruby Tuesday by the Stones, and the other's gonna be The Fifth Dimension by the Birds.
Oh,
cool.
wow.
Yeah,
Very
that's gonna be
cool.
the 2 covers. Yeah, and it sounds pretty tight. Then the 2 musicians are pros. They're pro guys. They're nice guys. They're just I'm paying them too. Like they're like session guys. I'm just saying like come in, let's do it, let's just run it. Let's not goof around. Let's not fuck around anymore. Let's just do this properly.
That'll be cool.
Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good. I don't
When's the
expect it to be, like,
5th?
that big. The Sunday it is.
It's a Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday
All right.
evening.
All right.
Yeah, it's all pretty last minute. It's weird that you messaged me when you did, because like it literally just
What's
kinda-
that?
It's weird that you just happened to message me when you did, because I just like all the band,
Yeah.
everything was going wrong for a long time after COVID, and then like the last few weeks for some reason everything just like decided to click a little bit.
Nice.
I don't know why, but that's what happened. Yeah, up and downs, I guess.
Right. Right.
Well, because after we talked, I think I did find a band, but then and we were literally about to play then, but then COVID hit. Like that was like late March, or I think it happened.
Right.
And then
right.
I got really like depressed and really like down, and I was like, you know what, man, I'm not doing music anymore. Like enough of this crap. And
And that
for
happened to a lot of people.
a lot of
Yeah.
people went through that. Yeah, it's like a lot of people went through a lot of emotions. And then that like summer, that spring and summer, just that whole 2020 was just a really tough time for everybody.
Yeah,
Like,
that That's
It was
just a
tough time.
wash. I'm thinking that didn't even exist. We're going from 19 to 21, maybe
That was just a
22.
that was just a bad trip, man.
It was unreal.
It was kind of surreal though, in a way,
Yeah.
being isolated. Yeah, I didn't
Right.
mind it, man. I had my music, my weed, my coffee, my cat. I'm good, man.
Oh,
I,
I didn't mind it, but it was unnerving because I never like that never that hadn't happened in a long time.
well, you
As
never
a
got
pandemic.
grounded as a kid.
No, like a pandemic situation. No,
Yeah,
like a
I know, but
that
I
was kind of
compared it to being
nerve-wracking.
I compared it to being grounded. Then it
No,
didn't work.
I don't think I'm kind of a loner anyway. It didn't really change anything. Like I
Yeah,
kind of just stay in my room and just play guitar anyway. So it wasn't, but it was still kind of weird. And
yeah.
when the Floyd thing happened, our family business actually got looted, and I actually almost got beat up by a gang. That was fun.
That sucks.
That was it. So that whole time period was just really weird. It was a weird
Yeah,
time. And like I agree with that. It's just a wash. I'm gonna if I ever someone ever asked me about that year, I'll just be like, that never happened.
Right.
yeah.
That
I
how
just tell
what
them
kind of
we don't
yeah,
talk
sorry, man.
about that in this house.
Now,
I was gonna say the same thing. We don't talk about that.
Nope.
were you able to pull any songs out of it though?
Uh no, for like a year, from like March 2020 to March 21, I was like no, from like March till like yeah, till like March till for like a year, I was just like everything's done. But then everything started to get kind of better in early 21,
Well, maybe you'll
gradually.
get some inspiration for some good songs
Oh
out of it though.
no, I actually yeah, no, that's what I was gonna say. Like I didn't it was towards the end of 2020, I did write some songs, but for most of it, no. But and the end of it, when I started getting out of the funk, I did write like 5 or 6 new songs.
Oh, good, man. You'll be famous someday. Then we can get some
Who cares?
backstage passes and shit. That'd be cool.
Nah, I don't think you can get like people these days only like fucking mumble rap, man. I don't think you can get famous playing this. I think you
Oh,
can
you
be
can get
successful. You can be
you
successful, but I don't think you can really get like famous playing this sort of music. You can get like a decent sort of following, I think. Like
start your own band and start writing your own songs and go on the road. And who knows?
Well,
who knows? Yeah.
the thing nowadays is you could get famous with a phone. You don't
Yeah.
even have to be real talented. You could just be some idiot that gets 1 million followers and become famous.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
But, hey, Bon Scott said it best.
what's that?
It's a long way to the top if you
Oh,
want to rock and roll.
Yeah, right.
and whatever happens, it's all right. I mean, like to me, everyone's got their own definition of success. And success to me is really just to play good tunes to anybody, even if there's only like 5 or 10 people. I'm cool. I really don't
There's
mind.
cool. All right.
Well, I
I
agree with
don't.
that.
I don't mind. I'm not. It's. I mean, like, if we do get successful, it'd be nice. But that's not like it. I mean, like, I'm from a generation that's like obsessed with like fame and glory and all that. And I don't really feel that way. I feel more just like I just want to like sort of do it for doing it.
Well,
And if people like it, that'll
I
be
like
good.
doing my stuff just for art's sake.
Yeah,
You know what I
definitely. If
mean? I
you,
just like creating
I
things.
think after COVID, I realized I'm not doing music for a while. I realized I really just like doing music, regardless. Like I just want to play to people. If there's no one there, like if it's not successful, it doesn't matter. Like if just playing with a band, some good songs with a good band, that's just like to me, it's just a very fun thing to do. I can't think of anything better to do. But
Oh,
that's
I
just me.
can.
I
What's
mean,
that?
there's no.
I can.
Yeah, but you can't do it anymore.
That's what. Yeah. Well, that's another show, Dan.
That's a whole other.
Yeah, it's a whole other subject.
How old are you, Rick?
I'm
What year were you
56,
born? What year is that?
65.
So you're only like 2 years older than my dad.
Yeah.
Well, do you remember
Dan,
how old I am?
yeah, Danny Boy
We
is
were born in
60, man.
1960.
Yeah, so 61.
You're 61 now?
Yeah,
Holy crap, dude.
I
Yeah,
know.
you're
I'm
old.
almost ready to retire,
Yeah.
which will never
Retirement's
happen.
retirement's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, I'm not retiring.
Yes, you are.
No.
I mean, if you enjoy what you're doing, then why retire?
Yeah, I gotta hit that Powerball, man. 300
Don't
and
we
something
all?
million dollars.
think a billion would be okay.
Think about it. People ask, what would you do with $300 million? I say, get really, really, really high.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd grab like a pound.
Yeah. I'd have my own farm out in Oregon.
Yeah,
My
just harvest
tractor.
it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's actually, yeah, I would do that. I'd grow my own. If I had that much money.
Become a rock star, man. There you go.
Now, Rick, do you play music at all? I forget.
I dabble with guitar a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not, yeah.
And you said you do some vocals too, though, right?
Yeah, I can throw down some Pantera if I'm in the mood. I'd have to drink, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only way you really get in the mood for some Pantera.
So Pantera's their really rough kind of music, right?
Dimebag Earl, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that kind of music. I don't
No?
like no, like heavy.
Yeah.
I think it's heavy metal. I like melodies and sort of just good rock and roll.
Eh,
I don't like heavy
that's
metal.
cool.
I like
Some of
Sabbath though.
some
I
of that.
listen to all kinds of music, man. I got Rod Stewart going in the background right now. I'm all over the place.
Well, you are. That's why I remember. Oh, wait, hey, Sam, we've
Yeah?
got. Are you on our webpage with the deep dive music?
I think so. Yeah.
Because that actually worked out really well, because we've got a bunch of different people that are posting on it, all the different songs, and it's kind of amazing at how many the taste of all these different people.
Yeah, it's a lot of different songs, a lot of
Right.
different bands.
But even Rick, if you look at the way Rick's talking, his stuff goes, the stuff he posts is anywhere from, into the 50s into whatever, we're talking about the Pantera and Metallica and all that other stuff. So he's got a lot of different kind of music that he's grew up with.
Yeah, I like early Metallica, but their later stuff kind of got.
Their later stuff got commercial.
I
You
don't
know.
know. Yeah, their first three records were good, and then they got pretty crappy.
I think the older the bands get, the more they play just because they ran out of money.
Yeah, I think that's probably generally true. But then
I
I
mean,
don't
why
know.
are the Rolling Stones still
I think
touring?
I think maybe, and I can see why you wouldn't agree, but I think they still, with the new drummer they got, especially, I think I saw some video and I was expecting to hate it, but I actually think they still sound pretty tight. They sound tighter than they have. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Well,
Because Charlie was kind of getting kind of old towards the last few years, but like now that they have another drummer who's kind of younger, Steve Jordan, I think he's kind of giving it a new force musically speaking.
There you
A
go.
little more exciting. Drummer makes a big difference.
Well, it's like when Bon Scott died, or when any musician dies, and then they replace him with somebody, and you're thinking, oh man, they ain't gonna sound the same. And then when Brian Johnson came on the scene after Bon Scott died, it was like, holy shit, man, a whole new sound, and it's good. It's like when Ozzy left Black Sabbath and Dio took over. They took it to a new level.
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed the time that Dio.
Heaven and Hell. That's probably
exactly.
one of their
I
best
had that
albums
album
ever.
or CD. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I still crank that. Put the headphones on and sit out on the porch and watch the traffic go by with, Dio screaming in your ears.
Right. I mean, I
Yeah.
love the Ozzy, all the Ozzy stuff, but the Dio stuff was just as good, just different.
Yeah. And then look at Randy when Randy Rhoads died, and then Zakk Wylde took over in Ozzy, and everybody's thinking, man, this guy's just as good. You ever listen to the Black Label Society, Zakk Wylde?
No, I never heard of them.
Check it out.
I've listened to Zakk Wylde, but I haven't listened to that.
It's a good album. A lot of his albums are good. He can throw down the guitar, man. He's one of the best ones out there right now, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I'm not like that into like sort of heavy metal kind of music. Like most people are, but like I'm more into like sort of 60s
There you go.
Yeah, early 70s stuff. Most people seem to be into like heavy metal though, in the rock community.
Yeah, but actually, a lot of people your age.
I think a lot of people just who like just in general, sort of like in rock and roll too, are more into that. I don't really find too many sort of 'cause that's pretty old stuff, pretty too vintage. Metal's more recent, a bit more recent, tiny bit more recent. I could see why people are, I mean, most people just like more hardcore kind of music, I guess.
Well, it
What about
depends. Like when we grew up, we would have grew up in the where we would have been teenagers or early 20s. It would have been late 70s to the
That's
mid
when it started
80s.
happening. That's
And
when
there
the
was a
metal thing.
lot of that's when a lot of the the heavy metal started coming in. I mean,
Yeah,
like
and it was
Black
new.
Sabbath's been around since the 1960s, 69 I think they came about. Zeppelin was in the 60s, but like the really heavy stuff, I think where it was I could be wrong on that. But it seems like it got more popular.
No, I mean, I just think when you were a kid, it was like a little tree, and then when you were a teenager, it was a branch, and then when you got into the 80s and stuff, it just became, it just got heavier and heavier, and just a lot, that's what happened to the music. And then it gets quieter, and then it gets
well
heavier.
in the '80s, man? Music split. I mean, there was so many
There
different
was
kinds of
both.
music
There was
then.
like poppy electronic stuff, and then there was like heavy sort of
Yeah,
metal,
there was
hair metal.
there was a big picture when it came to all that kind of music, man. There was some stuff came out, and I'm like, oh my god, I'd take a hammer to it, but
No,
then
I'm
some
glad.
stuff
I'm
come.
glad. I'm glad Nirvana came around in the early '90s, and
That's what I'm saying. You went from metal, you had grunge out on the West Coast.
I loved the
You know,
grunge, all the grunge I loved. I loved
I like that
Alice
stuff.
in Chains, Nirvana, Stone Temple Pilot,
oh yeah,
Pearl
yeah.
Jam, Soundgarden.
right, Soundgarden,
Soundgarden,
Pearl
man,
Jam. I loved all that stuff.
yeah.
The only one
Soundgarden
Yeah,
was
I like them too.
the one I didn't dislike the most, and I'm not even sure if it's considered grunge, but I couldn't stand the Smashing Pumpkins.
I don't like
no,
his voice.
I didn't like them either.
No, I
Even
don't
though,
like
You,
him. Musically, they're okay, but I don't like his voice.
yeah, I don't know. I just didn't think
And the song, I don't like the songs either.
because they were from the Chicago area, you automatically were supposed to like them,
weren't they from
and
Oak
I didn't
Park?
see it.
Oh, that's basically Chicago. I mean, the suburbs.
Right.
Yeah, but then you think all the groups though back in the '80s: Styx, Heart, Sabbath, Judas Priest, AC/DC, Pink Floyd. Then you had the old ones. Uriah Heep was still kind of Foreigner, Foghat, the Beatles, not the Beatles, the
Eagles.
Eagles.
Eagles were not together in the '80s.
No, they were. When did they break up?
1980, and they got back together in '94.
Okay, all right. But I'm saying
But
as
their
far as
music
listening
was
to it,
still there, though.
yeah,
The
that's what
music
I'm
was
saying.
still there.
Yeah.
Now I don't know who half of the new groups are. You'll hear it now every now and then, or you'll see something, or
Well,
I'll catch something on the web, and say, oh, like Dirty Honey, man, them guys. You guys listen to that when you get a chance, because it's shit kicking music, man. It's good, and he's got that iconic voice that like the Robert Plant and the Bon Scott. He's gonna be in that category, in 30 years from now. So
Where are
it's
they
like
out of? Are they
I
U.S.
don't know.
band or?
I don't know, but it's like Greta Van Fleet. They're out of Detroit. You heard of them?
Oh yeah, yeah,
I
they're
mean,
good.
he's another one. Robert Plant. There's a rumor going around that was his love child.
Yeah,
From what he said, they asked him about that, and he goes, "He's a cheeky little bastard, ain't he?"
yeah. I seen
You
an
know?
interview with him talking about him. He
Yeah,
said he's really good.
yeah, yeah. And he can, they can hit them octaves on singers.
Well, that's what he was saying. Robert Plant was saying that he's where I used to be. He says I
Yeah,
can't hit where he hits right now.
no,
But obviously at one time he was there. But
yeah,
now he grew up, his voice changed, and now he can't go where he goes.
yeah, yeah. That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah. But I
I
I
think
really like the like older Led Zeppelin. Like my favorite albums are 1, 2, and 4. Those are my favorite of all the Zeppelin albums.
Yeah. We had tickets for him. We talked about this before.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Freshman
talk
year,
about
man.
it.
Freshman year of high school, we had tickets to go see him. And they came on WARG in art class that John Bonham died.
so the
And blah, blah,
tour was
blah.
scheduled before, and then he died.
He died the night we were going, or whatever, the night before, the morning of, we were going to see him. Choked on his own vomit, man.
I didn't know there was a show scheduled for like the night he died.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, we
Didn't know
actually
that.
had tickets for it, or me and my it would have been my
Did they have a
future
tour
wife,
coming up?
huh?
Did they have a tour coming up when he died?
Yeah, oh yeah, and they were
They were on the tour. It was a
right,
Coda
exactly.
tour, I think.
Right, and I had, like I said, I actually had tickets for them, and I paid $35 a piece for the tickets to go see Led
Yeah.
Zeppelin, and I can't remember the venue they were playing in, but it wasn't like Sox Park or
I thought it was the stadium.
it could. Yeah, it was somewhere where it was. You, if you seen them there, it would have been a great
Oh my
place to
God,
see
the
it.
acoustics there.
Yeah, but
We saw Rush there a couple times.
but we had tickets, and it was mail-in tickets. You had to. I don't think you could go to. At least we didn't do that. We got them through the mail, and we got the tickets. We were all happy, and then it came over the news that he died, and they weren't giving the money back right away because they weren't sure what they were going to do.
I never got my money back.
I got mine.
I'm still
sorry
pissed
because
about
I
it.
would have rather have the tickets.
I'm still pissed about that.
Yeah, they were
And then I lost the
$35 a
ticket.
piece.
Well, then I lost the ticket.
Oh,
Some
man.
And
years
then didn't
later.
John Lennon die a few months later?
Who?
John Lennon died a few months later after that. That was a
He died before. It was. I remember when I got the news. I was sitting in the front room listening to the radio. That was a
he
bad
died.
day. That was a
Yeah.
bad day, man.
I can't even imagine what it must have been like to be alive on that day, man.
Oh, it's terrible, man. It was a terrible day.
I can't. I mean, I wasn't even born, and I feel bad about it. I mean, to be actually like around, I would have like sobbed. I would have cried. I can't believe
Yeah, it
that
was.
fucking asshole just shot him. What a waste.
I know he was just the guy. Obviously, had mental illness.
Yeah, he was sick.
He was an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know something kind of weird
A lot.
though?
You know what, Sam? A lot of people are.
A lot of people, but you know something? This is just, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I always found something kind of odd about the whole thing.
What?
Like
John Lennon?
No, the murder, like Mark David Chapman, right? Like the weird thing, a few months after Lennon got shot, Reagan got shot, and the similarities between Mark David Chapman and Mark Hinckley always kind of weirded me out a bit. They were born the same month, the same year. They were both obsessed with The Catcher in the Rye. They both had like the same sort of like weird like celebrity delusion obsession thing. And the
I
weirdest
didn't
thing
know
about
this.
Mark David Chapman, this is the weirdest thing. He worked for John Hinckley's father's company. I always thought that was kind of funny.
Well, that is weird.
That is.
Now-
I never knew that.
Now, who was Joe, the one that was obsessed with Jodie Foster?
That was John Hinckley. That's what I was talking about. Those two, John Hinckley and Chapman. Like I don't know. I mean, it's just maybe
Yeah,
coincidence.
I
always thought
do
was
remember
weird.
that with Jodie Foster.
Yeah, and it's just kind of weird how it happened like so close together too.
Yeah, that was
Weird.
weird.
Yeah.
And then didn't the Pope get assassinated like a month later? Like wasn't
I don't-
it just seemed like everyone at that time was just getting shot.
No, I don't think he died though.
He didn't die, but he got shot.
Boy, I don't even
So-
remember that.
I don't
That-
either.
Yeah, John Paul II, he got shot in like July of 1981.
I
Oh,
think
that's when
why
they started. That
the
was when they
Pope-mobile.
started doing the glass.
Pope-mobile.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what did you call it? Yeah, the
The
Pope-mobile.
Pope-mobile.
Yeah. Because he used to just sit in like the Kennedys, where you would just sit out in the open and
Yeah.
He got shot. Then he got shot. Yeah,
Crazy.
There was a lot of shootings, assassinations that happened when you were growing up, wasn't there?
There was a good amount.
There's a healthy amount.
I mean, the weird part is, I mean, now we've got mass shootings.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now
now
it's nuts.
It's not so many famous people that are getting shot. It's a lot of people getting shot.
It's a lot of people get masses of people getting shot. Yeah, that's why you shouldn't go outside. That's what code is trying to tell everybody.
No, don't ever be afraid to go outside. Fuck
Yeah,
that.
if you don't go out, you let them win.
You gotta, yeah. I grew up different, so I'm pretty much not afraid of anything. You know, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. You know.
Now,
No, that's good.
Sam,
I agree with you mainly. I agree
Hey,
with you mainly.
Sam?
Yeah, what?
um, you being 24 years old and you liking all this old music, how did that come about? Is that
Being a
just,
freak.
were you hanging with people that liked it? Or it was
No,
just
I
that it's just something that
Did you grow
you-
up with it?
No, yeah, it's just odd. I mean, like when I was in second grade, the first time I can remember, it's like the first time I always liked music, any kind of music I could hear, I always liked, even when I was like really little. But like with rock music, the first memory I have was when I was like 7. My music teacher played Yellow Submarine, and there was a sequence where Eleanor Rigby came on, and I don't know, I just for some reason, like from the minute I heard it, it just made sense to me, like immediately. It was like yes.
and this
then
is
a
when you
couple-
were in Chicago, right?
Yeah, and this is when I was like 7, but then I didn't really know how to hear it. I still knew who the Beatles were though, but then when I was about 8 or 9, like a year and a half, 2 years later, YouTube came along, and then suddenly I can indulge. And that's what I just started doing. I just started looking for the Beatles, and then you find the Stones, and then you find
Hey,
the
Sam,
Bird. Yeah.
Sunday mornings you ought to put on WXRT in Chicago. Sunday with the Beatles, they play Beatles for like 5 hours every morning.
Oh, that's cool. Well, I
Yeah,
could
it
just
is.
stream it. I don't need to listen to the radio.
No, all right.
I could just stream it, which I
Right.
do. I love, but yeah, and that's basically how it started.
That's cool.
Yeah, but I don't know.
So,
And the other stuff, the stuff that was popular, and I was like, I never like was snobby. I mean, I just never like the trends and all that stuff. It just never meant anything to me. Like I was always aware of the trends, but it just has like nothing. It has like the stuff that people my age are into. Like it's just so like far away from. I'm telling you, it's a little disorienting sometimes to think that most people my age like stuff that I just don't that I just completely and utterly just despise. It's an odd thing.
It was the
I'm the
same when we
weirdo.
were growing up. It was the
I'm the
same growing
weirdo.
up. When we grew up, it was disco. I don't know
It was
about Dan,
disco, but it was
yeah, no,
also it
I
was
don't know
also
about Dan, but I couldn't stand it, man. I just no.
I couldn't wait till
I was an insane coho lip, man.
I'd
yeah.
still take disco over mumble rap. I'm sorry, but like that's not even like disco is like a gazillion. But and it wasn't just disco. Like there was disco, but there was still a lot of other stuff happening. Like at the same time disco was happening, there was also punk rock. There was also a lot of other different things happening in music at the time. Now it's all like just sounds the same. It all just sounds like this
Yeah.
stupid rap beat. It's all like and everyone's just all stupid.
what's-
Everyone like to act like an idiot. Everyone's just looking at their social media like and it's just
I
like what the hell am I doing here, man? Like am
I
like,
think
feel
I
like
think what pulled the radio stations out of the disco was they started playing AC/DC, Scorpions, and then who else got popular around that time, and that started getting more airplay than the disco stuff was getting.
Yeah. Judas Priest,
Yeah, right. Judas Priest, that was another
Sabbath.
one.
Aerosmith.
Yeah, well,
did you go to
Aerosmith.
Disco Demolition Night?
No, I was there.
You were there?
Were you there, Dan?
No,
I had
I remember
we-
it
we went
like
with-
it was yesterday, though.
I think we went
I
with
was-
Pete Kovacevic and Tony,
at Kaminsky
my
Park.
brother. They put holes in Wrigley or Comiskey Park.
Yeah, the
Park.
field.
Steve Dowd got sued for that, I think.
Yeah, it was a big thing.
Did you run onto
Yeah.
the field?
Oh, they were blowing up records, man, with dynamite. Kaboom! Disco Demolition Night. They were playing
Yeah,
Detroit. It was a
kinda-
doubleheader.
It was kind of extreme to like do all that just for music genre of music, but
Well,
Oh,
it
it's
was
more
just it was
It
just
was
publicity.
publicity. Yeah.
But it
publicity-
worked.
Yeah, it did.
It was publicity for the DJ.
Yeah. Steve Dahl. He's crazy.
Yeah, disc jockeys, but I mean, like, I grew up, the time I grew up in, like, disc jockeys and, like, radio doesn't really mean as much, really.
No. Well, they actually played videos on MTV when we were growing up.
Yeah, then I
It's hard to
remember,
believe, I know.
hard to believe that. Well,
I know that's
never,
all they
like,
played.
Yeah.
I never,
Hey, Dan,
No.
who was your favorite VJ?
You know what? I don't really
Oh,
remember them. I just
Who was-
remember there was a cute little.
The blonde
No,
lady?
no, actually, I like the one with the dark short hair. She was small. She was a petite little.
Oh, yeah.
But I liked her. But
Nina was the one I liked with the blonde hair. Yeah. But the other one, I know who you're talking about. She was like she reminded me of Pam Dauber from Mork and Mindy.
yes, exactly.
Yeah. There's a show, boy. 80s pinup girls. Oh man. Lonnie Anderson here, buddy.
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah,
Dan,
they don't
Uh-huh.
have them anymore either.
do you think it'd ever be possible for the band, not anytime soon, do you think it'd ever be possible for the band to drop in and play at your show? At the
Oh,
garage?
absolutely. I
But
would.
that would be cool.
Yeah, why don't we, do you think that, do you think that'd ever be possible? If we could get that together, that'd be cool.
Yeah, let's set that up. What would how much room would we need for that? Is there 3 of you or
Three
4?
of us.
Pardon?
Three.
3
of us. Yeah, three. The power trio.
And what are you doing with drums?
Pardon?
Drums? What are you doing with
Oh, yeah.
drums?
Yeah, we could we'll need drums. I guess he could like bring his drums if there's space.
Yeah, no, we could definitely. I've got really cool lights now too. Just so I've got, that whole year.
Yeah,
and a
you got
half.
that, Dan. You got that UFO concert shit going on there.
I do. I got some cool shit.
It's pretty
now.
cool.
Because when Sam played, I had some stuff, but throughout the year and a half of COVID stuff, I've been buying stuff and learning how to use it, but I haven't actually used it on any artists. So that'd be fun to do.
Yeah, and we could do it when we could set that up and we could just do it. It'd be fun to do. We just want to, like, for now we want to just get playing and get the ball rolling. We just,
Get some exposure. There you go.
Yeah, we just need to. I feel like it's not, like I said, I don't expect anything to be easy, but I just feel like once we kind of like get like just start playing one show, 2 shows. Once we start getting the ball rolling, we'll be able to get a good momentum. So that's what we're trying to do. That's all. So I think we could do that. It'd be cool.
Well, the biggest thing is just getting yourself out there.
Yeah, and just I think it'll happen. Like I said, things seem to be coming together okay now. I don't know why, but I'm going along with it, and so hopefully we could work something out. Maybe would you want to do it like this year or just wait till next year?
Oh, I don't
Yeah.
know. Just you guys figure it out, and then let me know. Give me a few dates, and then I'll just pick one for what you guys can do.
We could probably do it. Maybe we could do like a New Year's type of thing.
Sure, if you guys are available, you want to do something like that.
Yeah, we could probably do that. I just have to ask them. They're both paid sessions. They're both keen to play shows because like I told them, like, if we ever do play a show, like, they will get paid for it. So I'm sure I can get them to play.
Okay.
Okay.
Now,
Yeah,
what we
got it.
could do on that too is we could do I'll record it, but if you wanted to, we could do like a YouTube and a Facebook Live and whatever else. Do you guys do what else is there, like the TikTok and all this other stuff that you can go on too?
I don't do TikTok. They could do it on like Facebook Live, YouTube, and
What else is there?
Instagram.
Oh, Twitter. Was it Twitch? Twitch, I think you could do it.
I don't know about Twitch. I don't, the only social media I really use, to be honest, is Instagram. Maybe I don't really use that much.
Now,
social
in
media.
Instagram, you can't go live though, right?
You know, no, you can't. No, you can't do a live stream. No, no, no. I tripped out. You could do a live stream on TikTok though. I don't have TikTok. I don't know.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if you can actually.
I don't know.
I
I think
just know
I know
Twitch,
on Facebook you can, and on YouTube you can. I think those would be two good ones to
right?
do it on.
And I'm pretty sure Twitch you can too. That's that gaming site. If you're, that's how that all started. If you were a gamer,
I'm not a gamer.
no, I know. I mean, I didn't know that, but I'm definitely not. But that's where it all started, where gamers would go on there and they would video themselves, or they would have a
Yeah,
camera
I know. Yeah,
when they were playing it.
my brother uses my youngest brother uses Twitch a lot. He's
But
a
I'm
video
not.
game.
I don't think. I'm not sure if I even have an account with them. I might. I think I
We
do
could-
actually, but
we
I've
could
never
do
put
a
anything on
The
there.
Facebook one for sure we could do.
Yeah, but we can definitely do YouTube and Facebook too. And like I said, once we record it, we can put it anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be a good thing to sort of like include in like if I book more shows to like include like a little like press kit or whatever.
What's the
Well,
name of your
that's-
group again, Sam?
Lithograph.
Lithograph?
Lithograph.
Okay, you gotta work on some album covers too, man.
We have to work on a lot. I mean, there's gonna be album covers and all sorts of. Oh, we need a logo. We need a lot
Well,
of
work on that flyer, though. Get it out before you guys go live.
I know I have to like organize it all. I just have to get this one more guy to tell me that his band is in, and then I'm gonna finalize the lineup, get someone to make a poster, and just try to get it going quickly.
There you go.
And hopefully it won't be a disaster. I don't know. The first show probably won't be that hot, but it'll be a start. It'll be just the first kind of step. It's one small step for a man, one giant leap for rock and roll.
Hey Sam, did you ever see those two young girls that I recorded? The Sonic Daisies?
At first, yeah, no, I
They're
don't think-
really, really good.
Yeah,
when
they
I
are
recorded
good,
them,
yeah.
they were like, I think they were like 12 and 15 or 13 and 15. But
They got an album out, don't they, Dan, or no?
no, they don't have an album.
Not yet.
But they're look on my videos and you could see them. And the reason I'm bringing them up is, if you need a band, maybe they'd be interested
There you
in
go.
playing.
If they're interested, they could definitely come on. We need a band.
Their dad is a stepdad is a professional musician. He's
Oh,
a
cool.
what did you call him? A session musician.
Well, there's yeah, I mean it's a last minute show, so we've had one guy who said for sure, and then we had one guy who said like he's almost sure, but like he's still waiting for like them to come on. So if they want to play, they could come on the lineup. But it's because it is pretty last minute. If they'd be willing to, because it is last minute.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so why not? If they want to do it, if they're willing to do it on December 5th, tell them to.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they would be comfortable with doing it. I just know that they're really good. And they
Yeah.
write their own music too, which is amazing. Being that young, and they're actually songwriters too. They do some cover, but they're
They're not a band, right? They're just two people.
correct.
Yeah, no, we need a band. Never mind. We need a
Yeah.
band.
I mean, they're a band, but it's two people band.
Yeah, but we need like a band.
They're like
band,
they're called the Sonic Daisies.
It's like Simon and Garfunkel.
Right. But
Yeah, I
anyways, I don't think they would really be interested because they're so young, and I don't know if they'd be able to play in a bar.
No, and they can't play. Yeah, I forgot. They can't play in a bar anyway. They're
But-
too young. So yeah.
But
hopefully
anyways,
not.
they're
It'll-
kind of amazing. There's another guy, and I can't doggone it, I can't remember his name. It's one of the guys I recorded, and he's you would probably like him. He does a lot of folk songs, and a lot of it he writes himself. And he used to play around Chicago and all the folk clubs. He played with who is it? John Hyatt? No.
You
What-
went black, Dan.
I know.
You got to do that thing.
Yeah, my thing. I got to do my thing. Um. Anyways, I can't think of his name right now, but he's really good too. But I think you would like him. Look on my YouTube and check him out. It's just he's got a couple of songs. Well, he got a lot that he wrote himself.
Check it out. But I'm not, to be honest with folk. I like more like rock and roll than sort of just playing acoustic folk. I get kind of bored when people are just playing an acoustic guitar, me included. Like with that performance that I did on your show, like it's okay, but like I think bands are really much more electric.
Yeah, well, this guy plays a lot. Not a well, he plays a good amount actually around the Chicago area.
Oh, that's cool.
But he don't have a band. He's just a solo artist.
No, I mean I was doing the same.
You had him on.
I was doing the same thing when I was doing just like stuff with like an acoustic guitar. I found that it was harder to get people to listen to it. That's why I decided to get a band.
Right.
It's just not the same without the noisy electric guitars.
I'm just looking at I'm trying to think. I my mind's just blank lately.
It sucks getting old, don't it?
Yeah. So I'm just trying to find the guy's name.
I stood in the kitchen for probably a good 10 minutes earlier. What happened? What the hell is this shit?
I'm just curious, Rick. Do you smoke weed or do any drugs still at your age?
Oh, I smoke weed, dude.
Oh, okay. When did you start?
I gotta get the picture back. I hate this thing. I hate it.
I can see you.
Yeah, but I can't see anything.
Oh, Chris Farrell. The guy's name is Chris Farrell.
See. Dan, do you smoke weed?
No, I look like
You
I do,
don't-
but I don't.
No, you don't seem like you do.
No, I don't. I don't do anything. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do anything. I
Yeah, you
drink.
seem pretty
This is
cut,
what I do. I drink iced tea.
the way it should be.
Well, I'm just too busy. I'm busy from the minute I get up till, probably 9 o'clock at night. I'm working in the garage creating stuff.
I don't drink or do any drugs besides weed. I just smoke a lot of weed. You need something like that, Joe.
Well, it's probably better than drinking.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, I have drank in the past, but like I have a really like my body, my constitution just doesn't agree with alcohol. I get sick really easily. It's just too much. But it's nice once in a while, but it just hurt. I don't like hangovers.
There you are. Oh, I hate these. Dan, could you censor this?
Don't ever. You could just say whatever you want to say.
Fucking finger
Dan,
bites,
do you
man.
have any
What's
like?
wrong with it? What are you
This
doing?
fucking thing, every time I touch this keypad, it goes into La La Land, man. And I got the hammer right here in a holster.
Well,
I hate this
whatever
thing.
you're doing is not affecting the photo or your picture or anything.
I'm just staying away from it. Man. Evil.
What are you on an iPad or something?
No, on my laptop.
Oh, okay.
I gotta get a regular mouse. This is the bane of my existence. Right
Oh,
now.
I hate those. I don't
Oh
use
my
them.
God.
I've got a wireless mouse that I hook up to my my laptop.
Yeah.
You should get one. I'm not I hate doing that finger stuff. But I
Oh
just
my
got
God.
this mouse.
Yeah, see, I gotta get one of them.
They're cheap. They're like $16 or something.
But going back to your question, Sam, yeah, we're the reason it's legal now. My generation.
No, with the baby boomers, they laid the foundation, and then finally
Who
it
did?
happened.
The baby
I just-
boomers. You're a baby boomer.
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Well,
you
actually,
guys-
I'm not sure. You're 65?
Yeah.
No, he's a boomer. If you're born from 66 to whatever it is, late 70s, you're Generation X. But like if you're 65, I'm pretty sure you're still a
I know
boomer.
he's right on the border there.
He's on the cusp. Or is it 64? Maybe I'm not sure. It's 64 or
Anyways,
65.
he could be whatever he wants because he's right there.
Yeah.
But they were like, I just feel like the boomers, just despite their generation, a lot of stuff, they were kind of like the first modern kind of generation, really. Because before that, like the pre-World War II generations were really like different. Seemed like really uptight. They seem more like old, really just different.
Well, the baby boomers were right in the middle of all the shit with
The transition,
Vietnam
Vietnam.
and Korea
Vietnam.
and all that stuff.
civil rights.
Kent
Right,
State.
civil rights. Yep.
Well, I think Vietnam was kind of tied in with all those things, with race and the civil rights. It was just all kind of like just a big social thing going on.
It was a mess.
It seemed pretty messy. I wasn't there, but it seemed whenever with Vietnam still like whenever people talk, the boomers talk about it, you can still see like the pain.
Well, you know what? Keep in mind, I was born in 1960,
You were a kid.
and it like really heated up, like in the late 60s. We were like sending
68,
tons of
69.
people. Yeah, 69 was like
That
a horrible
offensive.
time. And so I would have been 10 years old when all this was happening. And then they were doing the draft and stuff. So I'm 9 or 10 years old, and I've got this anxiety at that age where I was so afraid that the war was not going to end and I was going to get drafted 8 years later.
A lot of
I
kids
think-
were like that.
Well, I think it's hard for people our age to understand now, but there was still a draft, and that was the last time.
Right,
There's still a
right. But
draft.
I think the draft ended in 70,
3,
like, huh?
72, 73.
Yeah, 72, 73 it ended. A friend of my brother's, or not a friend of my brother's friend was got picked on the last draft. The last
That's
time
tough.
that they had the pick, he had to go. He ended up in Korea, which was good. He didn't
So
have to
when
go
the
to
war
Vietnam.
ended, you would have been about like 15. Were you relieved? Were you like, oh, thank God?
Oh, absolutely. But my point to that is, being that young, I was super scared. Every day I was thinking about that I might have to go to war. And that's not a good way
missed
to,
it.
that's not a good way to, go
Grow
through
up.
life as a kid, thinking that you may end up, going to a different country.
Well, you don't have to
Killing
go. You
people.
can always. A lot of people deserted. I would have, to be honest. I don't know what I would have done if I was around then. I wasn't around, but I don't think I would have gone. I think I probably would have gone to Canada or something.
Well, a lot of people did.
I know I wouldn't have. I know I wouldn't have gone. I know that.
Yeah, well, I'm probably where you are, honestly. I there was no way I wanted to go. And
Like,
that's
it
why
depends,
when it stopped, I was like so grateful.
Yeah, and it wasn't. I mean, like it was not a good war. I mean, like if the country's getting attacked, that's one thing. But like they wanted to stop communism, but like if the
I gotta let the dog out.
Okay.
don't they have like the right to decide if they want to be communists, even if they do?
Well, you know what?
kind of
That's all
Self-determination.
every war that in my lifetime has been fought over money. It really hasn't been
usually what it
fought
is.
over principle. Principle
It's
was the
about
reason they
resources.
gave.
Money and
was the
oil,
real
Dan.
reason. Right, money and oil, money,
Resources
same
in
thing.
general.
Yeah, I know.
And well, I think that's why there was such a bad conflict, because people finally started waking up to like, like this is stupid. What are we doing here?
Well, they say what ended the Vietnam War for us was because it was, for the first time in history, the news was showing people getting killed. Like
Yeah,
during
yeah.
World War One,
in
World War
World War
Two,
II.
that wasn't there. They didn't show live battles on any kind of screens.
Yeah, but when Vietnam was happening, it was like every night, nightly.
Right, it was. There were
People
nightly,
watching.
and then they would give the deaths. Okay,
Well,
there was 300 people injured or killed on that day.
the photo that woke everybody up was that colonel, I think, from the South Vietnamese army that shot that guy in the street.
Yeah.
That was like, what the hell is this guy doing? He executed somebody right in front of the world.
You know what? I don't even remember
Pretty
that. To
crazy.
be
You
honest
know?
with you, it must.
It was
It's an
terrible.
iconic part, though.
Do you
It was
do you
terrible.
remember, Dan? Do you remember when Martin Luther King and Robert Kennedy got shot?
I
you
do
remember that?
actually. I was like in grade school when
Wait,
that
so
happened.
my question is, when before Martin Luther, like now Martin Luther King is regarded as like a saint, but like
Right.
before then, wasn't he? Did people like him actually, or did they?
Well,
hate
you know
him?
what? Where we grew up in Bridgeview, I hate to say it, but it's the truth. It was a very racist area.
No, King said that. He said Chicago's like one of the most racist places.
Well, it was,
ever
and it
been.
was, and if you grew up in our area, it just we didn't have a lot of feelings for them. When that happened, it wasn't a big thing to us because
Yeah.
because we were in a really racist area. But I mean,
Makes sense.
years later, thinking about it, it was a horrific thing. And the more you learn about what was going on there, again, I would have been young. I was really young, but I had older brothers and sisters and aunts and uncles, and you know what I mean? And they grew up in a time where the blacks had their place, the whites had their place, and you weren't supposed to mix.
I could
Alright.
never understand why either when I was a kid, I never, and then you started going Argo and it was like, well, hell, it was complete opposite.
I know, but you know what? It's again, I think a lot of that has to do with the media. Even back
Yeah.
then, the media always portrayed, the blacks as the bad people. Because they were, they were, and what amazes me too is the whole Black Panther. When I grew up, the Black Panthers were evil. They were doing nothing but starting trouble. Many, many years later, you find out that the Black Panthers actually was a group that was created to help the black people, get food, and it was a really a good organization. And
There were
they
some
were
people who were, it was good, but there were some people who wanted to who were vengeful.
no, there were, but again, that's like even today with Black Lives Matter.
It's the
If you
same thing. There's some people who are trying to help, but there's some people who just want to destroy
right,
things.
the majority of the people were not evil, but
No,
but you could pick out a few of them to make the whole group appear to be evil. And that's what happened with the
true.
Black Panthers. There were a few people that, ended up getting indicted and put in prison, but the majority of the Black Panthers were not
Violent.
violent. They weren't a violent, it wasn't a violent group or an anarchist group. They were going for change, but it was really just things that should have been there anyways. It was equal rights. It was, so the black people could, sit anywhere they want on a bus, or go to the bathroom at any bathroom they wanted, or drink out of any fountain that they wanted to. I mean, that's sick to think that happened in our lifetime. Not your lifetime, but mine and Rick's.
Yeah.
Pretty true, but it's not that long ago.
No, it wasn't.
Well, I mean, I think, to be honest, a lot of the Black Lives Matter thing, a lot of the Twitter crowd, a lot of that stuff is like insanity, but insanity was inflicted upon them. So, like, that's what's gonna happen. If you oppress people and don't give them their rights, you can't expect it to all go rosy.
Well, you know what? The big thing is when you can't vote out the evil that's there, the only thing that's left is violence.
But it seems that's pretty much what people kind of end up doing when they feel Unheard.
You know what I mean? They tell you to go out and vote, but then you've got politicians on both sides actually that they do this gerrymandering to where you
Do
don't
hackery.
pick you're not able to pick the people to vote for. The politicians are picking the people they want in their area, so they get elected all the time. And both sides do it. The Democrats do it a lot in
No, they both do
Chicago,
it. Yeah, they both do it.
right?
The,
And
the
down
whole
south,
Chicago has like such a corrupt history with the Democrats and the Daily Machine and all that stuff. Such a like, it's both parties. It's not one or one. The Republicans are evil.
right? No, they both do it.
They both do it.
And what I've
Well, the thing,
learned that it's not about politics; it's about money.
it's about power and money, and like I think I realized like there's a lot like on TV you see it like there's no like they're not doing talking points and constructive ideas. They're doing hackery, political hackery, just trying to like pit people against each other. And like the Democrats, the thing with the Republicans. I'm not a Republican at all, but the thing with the Democrats is they're more phony about it. Like they just seem phony to me.
Well, you know what? The difference between a Republican and a Democrat is the Republicans
He's
they
upfront.
don't hide.
They don't hide it. So if you're
No,
gonna be
they
an
don't
asshole,
hide
be
it.
upfront. Yeah, be upfront about it. Don't lie. Don't smile and be like, "Oh, I care about you," and then
No, but the
make yourself feel
Democrats do
better.
that, and there's
That's what they do.
right, and I agree with
It's
that.
fake.
That's why I don't claim to be a Republican or a Democrat. I'm
I feel the same way.
I'll vote for anybody that I like. I voted for Bush twice.
I'm a Rosfatarian, man.
You're a what?
Weed, peace, and beep, beep, beep. That's what I
Well,
believe.
to be honest, I did vote for Biden my first election in 2020, but after doing it, I realized like it was I got caught up in the whole kind of
Well, I voted
black.
for Biden too.
I did, and like the thing with I don't regret the Biden thing, but the thing with Trump is that like there's one thing in a president like you need is when there's a problem, like a big problem, you need someone to at least say, okay, I messed up, let's try to fix it, and he wouldn't do that.
No, absolutely not. And you can't have somebody who just puts their head in the sand and says it doesn't exist.
That doesn't exist.
Yeah, the problem. What problem? I don't see a problem
What
here.
problem? And then, there's some people like they accept that just because they support him, and then like there's some people who will accept anything the Democrats or Republicans say, if it's no matter if it's right or wrong, but just because that's their party, instead of if they actually think it's right or wrong. So
Well, that's where the problem comes in. That you do have brainwashing on both sides.
No, you have. If you look at CNN or Fox, it's the same thing.
It's just left and right.
That's why I don't watch the news anymore.
I don't either. I mean, I did, and that's what happened during the COVID time. I mean, I finally woke up to what was actually going on. That's why I got rid of social media, stopped watching news. I'm like, this is all like brainwashing stuff. You gotta like get out of it. I mean, we're all brainwashed to some extent, but you gotta like try to like think for yourself as much as you can.
Yeah.
And that's what I realized after all this stuff. Like it's all there's just so much like just like lies, bullshit everywhere. You gotta get out of it.
Yeah, we're living in dangerous times because people are not open-minded anymore.
No.
They know what they want to believe, and they just look for somebody to say what they want to hear, and then that's all they want to do.
Yeah, they just want to like hear what they believe. They don't want to like if you look at debates from like during the Vietnam time, it was a tense time, but if you look at the interviews from that time period, or like just the 20th century, if you look at just people, like even if they disagreed a lot, like there was always like a lot of civility there. And like, you know what I mean? Like, and that's not there these days.
Well, you know what's interesting, getting back to music, is country singers are notorious for waving the flag, saying, we're patriots, blah, blah, blah. You had Johnny Cash, who kind of, was on both sides there. you know what? He wouldn't really. He didn't want to go directly
Quite
at
political.
at the war and the um, um,
The
bad stuff
establishment.
what was happening, but he would do things that showed where he really was. And
Yeah,
then you had Earl Haggard, who a lot of his songs were very pro country. You know what I mean? So it was two different, and the majority of the country was like Earl Haggard, because that's the country genre back in that time. There were only a few artists, country artists, that went against the grain of saying what they believe, and Johnny Cash was one of them.
I think Johnny Cash, Merle Haggard, and George Jones all fit that description if you're talking about.
Yeah, George Jones,
Willie
Uh,
Nelson.
Willie Nelson. I think they all kind
the
of
King of Weed.
Yeah.
Chris, what's his
The
name?
only one I know
Chris-
that
Chris
smoked a joint at the White
Christopherson.
House.
Yeah, Chris
Yeah.
Christopherson. Waylon Jennings.
Yeah, Chris
Bonnie Raitt.
Christopherson
Oh.
was definitely an advocate. He was definitely, anti-war and anti-corruption.
Where would you put Bonnie Raitt? Folk or country?
She's kind of both, isn't she?
Yeah, she's kind of in between. She's a good friend of my friend Max.
Really?
Yeah, they
How's
hang out
Wojo
together.
doing?
Good, he's doing good.
Yeah.
I talked to him. I'm gonna Zoom with him one of these days. But
Johnny Paycheck. He's
yeah,
quite good.
yeah. Who's the one guy that's you probably know him, Rick. He's a country artist, but he's like way out there. Like his songs are like
Kid Rock?
who? No.
Kid
He's
Rock.
an older one. No, an older guy. He would have been around with Johnny Cash and Waylon Jennings and all those guys. But he was like really, you know how they call Waylon Jennings and those guys
Yeah.
outlaws? This guy was outlaw country.
Oh, not Hank Williams.
No. He's more than that. I can't think of his name.
I love Hank Williams.
Hank Williams, senior or junior, or both?
Yeah, now you got me thinking, Dan. See, it's gonna be 3:00 in the morning. I'm gonna figure it out. We're gonna have to have an emergency session because I'm gonna be screaming the name
Yeah,
out.
I'll look it up
Oh,
because he's really, really good.
Give me a song.
I hate it when people say that they hate country, and I'm like, modern country music and old school country music are like not the same thing.
Oh, they're complete. Basically,
They're not the
right
same
now
thing.
the Eagles would be a country band right now
Well,
because the genre changed so much.
the modern country
The early Eagles, I mean, the early Eagles.
country
Even
rock is-
Leonard Skinner, if you think about it.
Yeah, oh yeah, they would be considered right. They would be considered like a rock country.
Yeah.
I wrote a country rock song. It was inspired by the Flying Burrito Brothers country rock song. Have you ever heard the Flying Burrito Brothers?
I've heard of them. I'm not familiar with their songs though.
It's pretty obscure. They have a song called there was a guy in that band called Graham Parsons. He was a big country
Graham
rock.
Parsons, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he was in that group. Graham
Did
Parsons.
you guys ever see that movie where it's when he died and
I saw
Johnny
it.
Knoxville's in the movie?
Yeah, I saw it.
That was a great movie. I'm sorry, but I thought it was a great movie.
What
I can't
was
remember
that?
the name of it though.
So I remember there was a guy who tried to get like his body, and that guy apparently
Yeah.
had some like connection with Charles Manson, and it was a whole weird scene.
I can't think of the name of the movie now though.
But I wrote this song. It's called "Frayed City," and it's basically like a mix of a Flying Burrito Brothers song called "Sin City" and a Rolling Stones song like called "Torn and Frayed." Exile on Main Street. All that country rock stuff of like the late '60s, early '70s is really good.
David Allen Coe.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's a rebel.
Yeah, he was big
I
time
haven't heard of
rebel.
him.
Yeah, and
I've
he
never heard
meant
of
it
him.
too. I mean,
Oh yeah.
he'd get drunk and trash a place.
Yeah, he was as redneck as they came.
Yeah, he was.
Rick, do you get drunk too?
No, I haven't had a drink in 8 years, buddy.
Oh, that's good.
Did I get drunk? Yeah, I could tell you stories.
That's what I kind of meant actually. Did you get drunk? Not have you recently gotten
Yeah,
drunk?
I used to get hammered Friday nights at the Sheridan.
What did you drink?
Anything that was there.
I like
My go-to was Heineken and Jim Beam
Jim Beam.
and a
I
little
like
Goldschlager now and then.
I like Jägermeister and Crown Royal.
That's cough syrup, man. That's oh,
I love my favorite drink to make. I need to make this again. Is Red Bull and Jägermeister. It's really good.
oh,
I
oh.
love it. You smoke some, you get like energy, and then you feel a
Did
little
you
tipsy.
ever did you ever drink Mad Dog?
No.
I've had it before. That is cough syrup.
Get you a bottle of Mad Dog and a 12-pack Old Style.
One time,
Drink it.
It's
Wait,
called
Sam,
it's MD 2020.
one
Get
time.
the
Yeah, sorry, go
you
ahead.
drink it, and then start writing country songs. You'll be
That'll be
amazed
more
at what comes
authentic.
up. Huh?
That'll be more authentic then.
It would. Well, you know
But-
what you get when you know what you get when you play a country record backwards, right?
What do you get?
You get your dog back, your pickup back, and your wife back.
I never had any of those things anyway, so I'll gain them.
Give it time, man.
No, who else I like? I'm just looking at my phone. Is Steve Earle.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, he's good.
Yeah, Copperhead Road.
yeah.
That's like his big
He
one.
looks
You
like
know who
Alan
else is good?
Pittsburgh.
I seen him at Ruth Eckerd Hall a couple of times. It's Johnny Lang.
Johnny
I
who?
haven't heard of him.
Johnny Lang.
Oh, I'm not even sure who that is.
Oh, he's good.
Have you
He's good.
ever heard of Eddie Cochran? He's really
Who?
good. Eddie Cochran?
No, I haven't.
I've heard of him, but again, I don't know any of the songs offhand.
Well, he did things like 20 Flight Rock, and you've probably heard his songs. They've been in movies and stuff.
Yeah, he's an older artist, if I'm not
He-
mistaken.
Yeah, and they use a lot of his stuff from like those 50 nostalgia soundtracks or whatever. You probably saw a movie because in the 70s there was like a really big when you were a teenager there was a really big 50s revival, wasn't there? Like a new 50s nostalgia going on.
Oh, Grease.
Exactly. So you probably
Yeah,
heard
that was-
the song in some motion picture when you were a
Yep.
teenager that used that song. Because I think there was one that did, but I can't remember one in particular. But I know that was happening. Because like every 20 years, there's always like nostalgia. Like in the 70s, there was 50 nostalgia, and then like in the 90s, there was 70s nostalgia, and then in the 2010s, there was 90s nostalgia. It's
Right.
like every 20 years, and now there's
Yeah,
2000 nostalgia already.
Yeah, when we were growing up, it was like Happy Days was supposed to be the 50s, and then there was
Laverne and Shirley,
yeah, but then the movies,
Jaws. I saw that the other day. It scared. It
Did
still
you see
scares me.
Towering Inferno?
Oh yeah. What was the other? Oh, the Poseidon Adventure. Dan, remember that one?
oh yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah.
That's when they
Yeah,
had like they were doing like superstar movies where they
Yeah.
had all these big stars. in
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Did you ever see what was that one that Jack Nicholson was in?
Oh, The
The
Shining.
Shining?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Shining.
That was some. Yeah. The
Oh,
Exorcist.
Eddie Cochran's song, one of his songs was Summertime Blues.
Yeah, Summertime Blues. Yeah.
You know what that is, right? It's been redone a million times.
The Who made it famous.
The Who made it famous, yeah.
Yeah.
I love The Who. I love Pete Townsend. He's a great songwriter. I feel a kinship to him because we've both got big noses and write songs. I feel close to him. Soul brother. Well, all right, guys. I think I'm gonna get going now. I hope I could see
Are
you.
you saying? Nice meeting you, Sammy.
Yeah, nice meeting you, Rick.
All right,
Hopefully,
buddy.
you guys can come out to a show, hopefully at some point. And Dan, we can hopefully do that thing.
What is the name of the bar again?
Magoo's Bar and Grill. It's in Magoo's Bar and Grill.
Goose.
Magoo's Bar and Grill in Bedford Park.
Yeah, it's got to be near Cicero or on off of 65th Street. Because I
Yeah,
can't
and
think of any other band unless it's a new building.
I don't think the Bar and Grill is a new like the Bar and Grill itself is new, brand new, but I think like the dudes only just started putting on shows there.
Oh,
But
okay.
I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I'll look it up. But yeah, even if I don't make it to the bar thing, because I'm not I don't really do that
Yeah, I know
much.
it's last minute. It's
We
last minute.
definitely can do something here.
Yeah, if
And
we
we
could do
can.
something
I can get the word out for you too. I can start posting stuff for you.
Yeah,
Well, I
get
think-
something together so we could share it because we've got a lot of Facebook pages that we could share it on.
I think we should probably see if we could do the New Year's thing because this way it gives us kind of more time to plan it out, instead of like this gig, which is like a week, 10 days you have and then doing it.
Yeah, no, New Year's would be great. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, and that'd be a good time to do it. And that'll give us time to like, tell people
Yeah.
about it a bit more.
Yeah, Rick, and if you can find your way out this way, I'm writing justice. That'd be cool.
Yeah. All right.
Well, all right, guys, take care.
All
All
right.
right, Stam.
It's been great
Be good,
talking to you.
buddy.
I'm glad that you came on with us.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Rick. It's been a pleasure.
All right, buddy. Be good.
See ya.
All right. Welcome back. Well, I hope you enjoyed the conversation as much as I did. And don't forget, Sam and his band, Lithograph, is going to be playing at Magoo's at 7 p.m. on December 5th. Hope to see you guys there. Cheers.